Exploring games and gaming, three key perspectives. Wheels for the mind to reflect on human behavior, engagement, and learning through the lens of gaming. Analyzing games and gaming can help to better understand human behavior and engagement and gain important insights to reflect on learning processes. However, exploring and understanding the notion of game and the motivation mechanisms that drive people to play games and learn through playing games may be a challenging task. This is in part because of the variety of perspectives that one could embrace on games, some more and some less intuitive, the different forms that games may take, the reasons why people play games, some more, some less playful, and the diverse contexts in which games can be found and played, some more, some less leisure-driven. My name is Carlo Fabricatore, and in this presentation we will explore three complementary key perspectives that will hopefully serve you as tools to explore and better understand the nature of games and gaming, and analyze learning processes through the lens of gaming. The first perspective that we will consider regards games as dynamic systems. Systems are wholes composed of interrelated and interacting parts. Interactions between parts originate dynamics within the system. Then, can games be viewed as dynamic systems? For example, think about a game like Scrabble. Is it a proper dynamic system? If you can, get one, open the box, and examine its contents. There is a board designed as a grid displaying information on special positions. There are several tiles with letters and numbers engraved on them. There is a sound clock. There are little stands where you can arrange tiles and a pouch which can contain letters, etc. And there is a booklet describing the rules that define how all these elements interact with each other. If you read the booklet, you can learn that the aim of the game is beating your opponents, gaining as many points as possible through using your tiles to create words and laying them out on the board. And you can also learn that there are other rules which determine when and how you can create your words, how you can organize words on the board, how you gain points for doing that, etc. Then Scrabble is a whole comprising many parts, game elements, and game rules define how all the game elements can interact with each other within organized gameplay activities, originating game dynamics. Therefore, Scrabble can be safely considered as a dynamic game system. But what about other games? What about, for instance, games which are based on rich settings and storytelling? Settings and storylines can be considered further elements present in certain types of games and useful as meaning-making devices to define game dynamics and their results. Hence, it is time to generalize the perspective of games as dynamic systems. Generally speaking, games can be viewed as dynamic systems in which players interact with a range of game objects, other players, and in the case of digital games, artificial intelligence-based virtual game agents, through engaging in activities aimed at achieving game objectives based on mechanics defined by game rules. Gameplay activities are aimed at achieving desired changes within the game in the pursuit of the game goals. Therefore, they can be considered proper problem-solving activities, where problem-solving is intended as a process of transitioning from an initial state, the current state, to a desired state, the goal state. Gameplay activities are framed by meaning-making contexts defined by settings, themes, storyline, and overarching game aims. Therefore, leveraging the systemic perspective, games can be dissected and analyzed thoroughly in terms of the elements that compose them, game dynamics, underpinning mechanics, and the context that gives meaning to all these. The second perspective that we will present focuses on players' holistic engagement. Player engagement in games is a holistic phenomenon because it integrates affective, physical, and cognitive dimensions. In fact, when players play, they think, do, and feel, no matter what the game is about. These three dimensions of engagement affect each other, although some of them might be dominant depending on the game. Therefore, a specific game will trigger the interest of different audiences and player profiles, depending on the accent that it puts on feelings, action, and thinking processes. Different elements can attract different players, triggering and sustaining their motivation to engage in the game. However, conceptual frameworks like Ryan and Edge's self-determination theory and Csikszentmihalyi's flow theory support the fact that in most cases players seek achievement and want to be challenged, rewarded for their successes, and develop their mastery. Based on this triad of elements, players will likely stay engaged if the game provides balanced challenges, demanding but not impossible, in order to avoid both boredom and anxiety, meaningful rewards, concretely relevant to progress in the game, and feedback appropriate to make players feel that they are progressing through a process of personal development. Understanding game challenges, rewards, and the mechanics to support the development of player mastery can provide deep insights regarding the type of players that a specific game will attract and its ability to actually keep players motivated and engaged. The third and final perspective that we will present regards games as learning environments and learning as a key driver of gaming. The gaming experience is always defined and driven by learning. As previously suggested, gaming can be viewed as an organized process of problem-solving activities. Through this process, players are required to learn, acquiring and comprehending information, and developing skills required to complete gameplay activities and overcome the involved challenges. Game-based learning is aimed at understanding and defining what needs to be done and how to do it. Game-based learning underpins all challenges that require facing unknown aspects of the game or demands for enhanced skills. Furthermore, in order to keep players engaged, game-based learning should be supported through feedback to aid players and acknowledge their achievements. Finally, game-based learning is a key driver for mastery development in games. Hence, game-based learning is strongly connected to the engagement triad previously discussed. Therefore, game systems can be viewed as natural learning environments. In fact, in order to successfully engage in gameplay activities, players have to learn about objectives, other players, agents, objects, and the context that frames these elements, understanding how they are interconnected, interoperate, the mechanics that regulate their systemic relationships, and their implications in terms of possible gameplay dynamics and their effects. Game-based learning occurs through gameplay activities as they unfold, and is immediately functional to progress in them. All this makes game-based learning situated, experiential, and intrinsically motivated. And the essential function of learning in the gaming experience makes of it a key element of fun in games. To conclude, I would like to recommend some readings complementary to the ideas proposed in this presentation. Thank you very much for your attention, and goodbye.